deep within a remote, mountainous region of Iran. A place so isolated that reaching it is nearly impossible for an ordinary person. Something has been discovered that has left people across the world in complete shock. A massive, perfectly round, black sphere embedded inside a solid rock cliff, as if it was intentionally placed there by someone or something. This is not just an ordinary rock, because if you observe it closely, its surface appears incredibly smooth. No cracks, no rough edges, nothing that suggests natural formation. Instead, it looks like it was shaped by some kind of advanced machinery. And that raises a disturbing question. How did this object get here? Some believe that this sphere is a piece of ancient technology created by a lost civilization thousands of years ago, a civilization far more advanced than we can even imagine today. But others take this theory even further. They claim this is not just an object, but a portal, a gateway connecting our world to another dimension. According to local villagers, strange things happen near this place, especially at night. People have reported hearing unusual sounds, a low humming noise, like something vibrating deep within the mountain. Sometimes, faint footsteps, even when no one is around, and in some cases, whispers, as if something is trying to communicate. Even more terrifying, a few witnesses have claimed that they saw movement inside the sphere, not outside, but within it. A strange light, shifting slowly, as if something alive was trapped inside. Scientists have tried to study this mysterious object, but due to the extreme terrain and the dangerous location, a complete investigation has never been possible. The limited research that has been conducted has failed to provide any clear explanation. Some experts argue that it might be a rare natural geological formation, but that only leads to another question. If this is natural, then why is it so perfectly spherical? And how is it so precisely embedded within the rock? Nature rarely creates something this flawless. So what are we really looking at? Is this truly a portal to another world? Or is it a forgotten piece of technology from a civilization lost in time? Or perhaps this is something that humanity is simply not ready to understand yet. And here's the real question. If you were standing right in front of this mysterious sphere, would you dare to go closer? On the ancient land of Iran, there exists a place so disturbing that even hearing about it can send chills down your spine. This is the story of the Towers of Silence, massive circular structures built on high ground, far away from human settlements. At first glance, they may look like nothing more than ancient ruins, but what once happened here is far more terrifying than you could ever imagine. In ancient times, followers of the Zoroastrian faith believed that a dead body was impure. They believed that burying a corpse in the ground would contaminate the earth, burning it would pollute the fire, and throwing it into water would corrupt the purity of nature. So instead, they chose a different path, a ritual that feels almost unthinkable today. They would carry the dead bodies to the top of these towers and leave them there, exposed under the open sky, waiting for the birds. Within hours, vultures would descend from above, and slowly they would consume the body until nothing remained except bones. Those bones would then be left to decay under the sun, turning into dust. This ritual was believed to keep the natural elements pure. But here's where things become truly unsettling. Many of these towers still stand today, abandoned, silent, and yet not completely empty. Local residents claim that strange things still happen around these towers, especially after sunset. When darkness takes over the desert, people have reported hearing unexplainable sounds, distant screams, soft footsteps, and sometimes a chilling whisper carried by the wind. Some say they have seen shadowy figures moving across the top of the towers, even though there There was no one there. One witness shared a terrifying experience. P and his friends decided to visit one of these towers, just out of curiosity. At first, everything seemed normal. The air was still the silence, almost peaceful. But as night fell, everything changed. The temperature suddenly dropped. The wind stopped, and an unnatural silence took over the entire. Then they heard it, a slow, steady sound, like footsteps, circling around them. They turned around, but no one was there. And then they looked down and saw something that they would never forget. Fresh footprints appearing in the sand, right in front of them, as if something invisible was walking toward them. That was enough. They ran and never returned. Skeptics argue that these experiences are nothing more than fear and imagination, that in such eerie places, the human mind creates illusions. But the real question is, if it's just imagination, why do so many people report the exact same experiences? And why, even today, no one dares to visit these towers at night? Are these just abandoned structures from a forgotten ritual? Or is there something else here? Something that never truly left? And if you were given the chance, would you dare to step inside a tower of silence after dark?
Deep within Iran, there exists a place so extreme that even life itself struggles to survive. A place known as Dashti Lut, a desert so hot that it has been recorded as one of the hottest places on Earth. Temperatures here have reached over 70 degrees Celsius, hot enough to destroy anything that stays exposed for too long. No trees, no water, no signs of life. At least, that's what we thought. Because recently, something strange was discovered. Unusual markings appearing across the desert floor. Long, winding trails, as if something was moving across the Arimal. But here's the disturbing part. There were no footprints, no animal tracks, no signs of human activity. Just these mysterious lines stretching for miles. Scientists initially believed that these were caused by strong winds, but when they studied the patterns more closely, they realized something strange. The movement didn't match the direction of the wind. In fact, some of these trails seem to move against it, which is impossible. So what could create something like this? Some theories suggest that extreme heat is causing the Lard itself to shift, creating cracks in movement patterns. But others believe there's something else out there, something we cannot see, something that moves only when no one is watching. Local legends speak of strange entities that wander the desert, invisible to the human eye, but leaving behind subtle traces of their presence. A few explorers who dared to enter Dashti Lut have reported something even more unsettling. They say that while walking through the desert, they felt like they were being watched, even though there was nothing around them, no movement, no sound, just silence and heat. One explorer described how he suddenly felt a cold breeze in the middle of extreme heat, which should be impossible. He turned around expecting to see something, but there was nothing, just endless sand. And yet, the feeling did not go away. Others have reported seeing shadows in the distance, moving, then disappearing within seconds. Some even claim that their equipment started malfunctioning, cameras glitching, compasses spinning, as if something was interfering with them. Scientists continue to study this desert, but the more they explore, the more questions arise. Because Dashti Lut is not just a desert, it's a place where the laws of nature seem to behave differently. So what is really happening here? Are these just natural phenomena that we don't fully understand yet? Or is there something else, something hidden beneath the burning sands? And if you were given a chance to walk alone in the hottest place on earth, knowing that something might be watching you, would you still take that step? Hidden deep within the mountainous regions of Iran, there exists a village that looks like something straight out of another world. A place known as Kandovan. At first glance, it doesn't even look real. Hundreds of cone-shaped structures carved directly into the rock. Homes, doors, windows, all built inside massive stone formations. And the most shocking part, people still live here, even today. But this raises a question. How is this even possible? These structures are believed to be over 700 years old. Some say even older, but no one knows for sure who originally created them or how, because carving such perfectly shaped living spaces inside solid volcanic rock without modern tools seems almost impossible. Some historians believe that ancient people created these caves to escape invading forces, a hidden city protected by nature itself. Others suggest that it was built as a survival strategy. The thick stone walls keep the interiors cool in summer and warm in winter, making it an ideal place to live. But even with these explanations, there are still many unanswered questions. Some of the Dakhli passages are incredibly complex. Narrow tunnels, hidden connections between homes, almost like a maze, as if the entire village was designed with a deeper purpose, not just for living, but for hiding, or even for protection against something unknown. Local residents have shared strange experiences, especially during the night. Some claim they hear footsteps echoing through the tunnels, even when everyone is asleep. Others say they have seen shadows move across the cave walls. Shadows that don't belong to anyone. One resident described waking up in the middle of the night, feeling like someone was watching him. He looked around, but saw nothing. Yet, the feeling remained, as if something was hiding just beyond the darkness. There are also stories of hidden chambers, sealed off for unknown reasons, rooms that no one enters anymore. Some say those places are cursed. Others believe they hide secrets that were never meant to be discovered. Scientists and archaeologists have studied Kandovan for years, but the deeper they go, the more mysterious it becomes. Because this is not just a village, it's a living puzzle. A place where the past and present exist together. So the question is, who really built Kandovan? Was it simply ancient humans trying to survive? Or was it something more? Something far more advanced than we can imagine? And if these walls could speak, what secrets would they reveal? And more importantly, if you spent a night inside one of these caves, completely alone, would you feel safe or watched? Not far from the ancient ruins of Persepolis, there exists a place carved into the very face of a mountain, a place known as Naqsh-e-Rostam. At first glance, it appears to be nothing more than a series of massive carvings. But the moment you look closer, you realize this is something far more extraordinary. High above the ground, etched into a vertical rock cliff, are enormous cross-shaped tombs, perfectly carved, with incredible precision. These are believed to be the burial sites of ancient Persian kings, including rulers from the Achaemenid Empire. But here's what makes this place truly mysterious. These tombs are located dozens of meters above the ground, far too high for ancient builders to easily reach, and yet they were carved with stunning accuracy. Straight lines, perfect symmetry, and details so fine that even modern tools would struggle to recreate them at such a height. So the question is, how are these tombs built? Some historians believe that large scaffolding structures were used, wooden platforms, constructed against the cliff face. But there's a problem with that theory. There is no evidence that such massive structures ever existed here. No marks, no remains, nothing. Others suggest that ropes and primitive tools were used, but even then, the level of precision remains unexplained, because one small mistake at that height would have been fatal, and yet there are no visible errors, no corrections, just perfection, as if the creators knew exactly what they were doing. Or perhaps they had tools we don't fully understand, but the mystery doesn't end there. Beneath these tombs are ancient carvings depicting battles, ceremonies, and powerful rulers, scenes frozen in time. But some of these carvings contain strange symbols, patterns that don't fully match known historical records, almost as if they are telling a story that we have yet to decode. Local legends add another layer of mystery. Some say that these tombs are not just burial sites, but gateways, sealed entrances leading deep inside the mountain, hidden chambers that no one has ever fully explored. There are even stories of strange sounds echoing from the rock, especially during quiet nights. A low vibration, like something moving deep within. Some visitors have reported feeling an unusual energy standing beneath the tombs, as if the place itself is alive, watching, waiting. Archaeologists continue to study Rostam, trying to understand its construction, its purpose, and its secrets. But despite decades of research, many questions remain unanswered, because this is not just a historical site, it's a monument to something far greater, something that challenges our understanding of ancient capabilities. So what are these tombs really? Are they simply the resting places of kings? Or is there something hidden behind those massive stone facades? Something that has been sealed away for centuries. And if one day those sealed entrances were opened, what would we find inside? And more importantly, would we be ready to face it?
In many parts of Iran, there are stories that people don't like to talk about. Not because they are myths, but because they might be real. These are the stories of the jinn, invisible beings said to exist alongside humans, living in places we rarely go. Deserts, abandoned ruins, and deep, dark places. For centuries, people have claimed that they have seen them, heard them, and in some cases, encountered them. One of the most common beliefs is that jinn are drawn to isolated locations, places where silence dominates, where human presence is rare. And Iran, with its vast deserts, ancient ruins, and forgotten structures, is believed to be one of those places. Many locals avoid traveling alone, especially at night, because they believe that once the sun sets, the unseen world becomes active. There are countless stories, but some of them are too similar to ignore. One man shared an experience that he claimed changed his life forever. He was traveling alone through a remote desert road. Late at night, there were no cars, no lights, just darkness and silence. Suddenly, he saw someone standing on the side of the road. A figure, completely still, At first, he thought it was a lost traveler, so he slowed down. But as he got closer, something felt wrong. The figure was too tall, too thin, and its face was impossible to see, even in the headlights. Then, without moving its legs, it turned and faced him. At that moment, he felt something he couldn't explain. A deep, overwhelming fear. He immediately sped away. But when he looked in the rearview mirror, the road was empty. The figure was gone. Another story comes from a group of explorers who decided to spend a night inside an abandoned ruin. They wanted to document paranormal activity. At first, everything seemed normal. Their cameras were recording. Their equipment was working. But around midnight, things changed. Their devices started glitching. Lights flickering. Audio distortion. And then, they heard it. A whisper. Not from one direction, but from all around them. As if something was surrounding them. Watching. Listening. Waiting. One of them claimed he felt a hand touch his shoulder. But when he turned, there was no one there. They left immediately and refused to go back. Even more disturbing are the stories of people who claim that jinn can follow you, attach themselves, and stay long after you've left the place. Some believe that certain locations act like gateways, points where the barrier between worlds is thinner. And Iran, with its ancient history, may have many such places. Skeptics say these are just stories, products of fear and imagination. But the question remains, why do these encounters feel so real? Why do so many people describe the same details, the same shadows, the same whispers, the same feeling of being watched? So what are jinn really? Are they just legends? Or are they something that exists beyond our understanding? Something we cannot see, but can still sense. And if one day you found yourself alone in a silent desert or an abandoned ruin, and you suddenly felt that you were not alone, would you stay? Or would you run? Throughout history, there have been discoveries that simply don't make sense. Objects, artifacts, structures that seem far too advanced for the time they were created in. And Iran, with its deep and ancient past, is no exception. Over the years, several strange objects have been discovered. Items that challenge everything we think we know about ancient civilizations. One such discovery left researchers completely puzzled. An object with a design so precise, so complex, that it resembles modern technology. Some experts believe that it could be evidence of a lost advanced civilization, a civilization that existed long before recorded history. And somehow, their knowledge was lost, buried beneath time. But others believe something even more shocking. They suggest that this technology did not originate on Earth, that it may have come from somewhere else, somewhere beyond our world. There are also ancient texts and carvings that depict strange shapes, circular objects, symbols Patterns that don't fully match anything we understand today. Almost like they are describing something, but in a language we have yet to decode. Some researchers have even pointed out similarities between these ancient designs and modern technological concepts, energy systems, mechanical structures, even something that resembles a power source. But here, the problem: there is no clear explanation for how such knowledge could exist thousands of years ago, unless we are missing something important. What if ancient civilizations were not as primitive as we think? What if they had access to knowledge that we have completely forgotten? Or even worse, what if they were not alone? Because when you connect all the mysteries, the unexplained sphere in the mountains, the haunted towers of silence, the strange movements in Dashti Lut, the hidden cave city of Kandavan, the impossible tombs of Naksh-e-Rostam, and the terrifying encounters with unseen entities, a pattern begins to form. A pattern that suggests there is something more, something hidden, something that connects all of these mysteries together. But the truth is, we don't have answers. Not yet. Maybe these are just coincidences. Or maybe they are clues. Clues left behind, waiting for us to understand. So the final question is, are these just ancient secrets, lost in time? Or are they pieces of a much bigger puzzle, one that humanity has only just begun to uncover? And if one day we finally discover the truth, will it change everything we know? Or will it reveal something we were never meant to find? Because sometimes the unknown is better left undiscovered. But until then, these mysteries remain unsolved, unexplained, and waiting